The big guy suspected she was mentally challenged, so he ordered someone to seize Longji's verdict to check her crimes, which were shockingly severe. Everyone lashed out at her, and in the following days, Longji was isolated and mistreated, left to sit in the corner scribbling her daughter's name and number, until one day, Longji noticed a peculiar man vigorously rubbing one end of a toothbrush until it was sharp enough to slice a tomato. The leader he rushed at the big guy in cell 7. Longji saw and sprinted over, taking the blade for him at the last second. With a few swift moves, he dealt with the punks as Eugene casually arrived. When Longji returned to the cell, his treatment improved. Yu was so considerate. He set up the bedding for him, and the big guy generously asked Longji what he wanted. Turns out, the big guy was the prison snack dealer, and they took advantage of the downtime to throw out a football. Then, people outside tossed in another football, which was stuffed with all sorts of contraband, and under the big guy's eager gaze, Longji revealed his most desired item. It was his daughter's name, the person he longed to see the most, which caught the big guy off guard. He had never smuggled a live person into prison before. But the elder brother, proud and never failing on promises, soon organized a grand gala with Longji's daughter among the performers. Soon, someone took her away in chaos, put her in a box. When inmates opened it, she lay quietly inside. She curiously looked around, and soon spotted her long-lost dad. Upon hearing his daughter's voice, Longji scrambled over in excitement. He held his daughter tightly, refusing to let go, while she cried and complained to him. Longji kept apologizing, but he hadn't done anything wrong. Just then, one inmate got a little nervous, fearing the guards would find out, and had never make it out. The little girl cried and pleaded with other prisoners, desperately tried to stop him from making any noise, but he still managed to attract the guards. The little girl quickly ducked down by the door. The guard came over but didn't spot the little girl. Just as the inmate was about to speak, she suddenly grabbed his hand, her tear-filled eyes brimming with blood. After a fierce internal battle, the man finally softened, and everyone sighed in relief once the guard left. The little girl leaped back into her dad's arms, and Longji whispered for her to keep it down. Everyone was stunned that someone like Longji could raise such a clever... Who'd expect such a nimble girl? She asked curiously if Dad was bad. Longji answered instantly, leaving all awkward. Just then, another surprise hit. The performing priest collapsed on stage, leading to an early end to the show, and the crew had already boarded the bus to leave. The girl had no time to blend in, and was forced to stay in cell No. 7. Both she and Longji were thrilled, while the others looked glum. They had to not only smuggle the girl out, but also evade surprise guard checks. Any mistake meant ruin, yet she brought joy to cell 7. The once fierce inmates turned soft-spoken, treating the girl like their own little daughter, dancing and playing with her, though good times always seemed to fly by. During a surprise inspection, the girl was spotted by the warden, who flew into a rage and demanded she be taken away immediately. Outside, it was pouring rain, and the warden halted the girl's transfer, claiming she'd catch a cold, but then he grabbed Longji by the collar. Longji quietly claimed he wasn't a murderer, but instead, he received another beating and was thrown into solitary along with the other inmates facing. Just as they thought the matter was over, an inmate learned someone snuck in, stole gas, left the cell, and demanded his father be brought in. As the flames grew larger, he stayed behind to reason with the inmate, but the guy was frantic and refused to leave. The warden had no choice but to charge in. He was trapped by a fallen cabinet in the fire. Others fled, but Longji rushed in. When the warden awoke, the doctor told him, had someone not risked life to save him, had never seen dawn again. The warden turned and saw Longji, whom had always hated. His heart wavered. Could a person who risked everything to save him truly be a heinous murderer? Along with the teacher, the girl visited Longji in prison. Through the glass, they shared their longing, touching the teacher, but visiting time soon ended. The guards forcibly dragged Longji away. The girl sat banging the glass, telling Dad to eat more, observed by the warden. Suspicion of the case grew again. How could a loving father do such a cruel deed? Next day, the girl was hospitalized from grief. Upon hearing the news, the warden came to visit her. I love you, but I really love you, he thought, gazing into the girl's sorrowful eyes. The warden made a bold move. On that day, cell 7 got a gift. Longji kept repeating his daughter's name upon seeing the box. The brother beside slapped her, teasing she was crazy for missing her daughter. The next second, the girl popped out, and Longji hugged her excitedly. Others were stunned when the guard revealed it was a gift from the warden, known for being more generous than the devil. Long-Ju took the money and went to thank him. As he left, the warden asked why Long-Ju killed the girl. Long-Ju was speechless. How could a warden defend himself? Soon, Cell No. 7 was filled with laughter again. Inmates became kind father figures, narrating stories and teaching math to the girl. The cell no longer felt cold, and the warden started probing Long-Ju's case. He asked someone to get Long-Ju's file from the police and found his confession. How could a person with a 6-year-old IQ write such a clear statement? Clearly, that wasn't his writing at all. The warden approached the police chief, hoping for a retrial, but reality struck hard that the deceased girl was the He doesn't care whether Long-Ju is the murderer, he just wants someone held accountable for his daughter's death. Long-Ju's case will soon reach its final verdict, his sole chance to clear his name. The inmates helped Long-Ju recall case details, finally uncovering the truth. The road was icy, and the girl slipped. She hit her head perfectly in the ground, and Long-Ju had removed her pants to aid her circulation, and the mouth-to-mouth was for CPR. These were first aid skills, yet officers, eager to close cases, misconstrued them as crime evidence, branding Long-Ju a perverted killer. To help Long-Ju evade conviction, the inmates drafted her a new statement and had her memorize it daily to ensure she'd be ready for court. Long-Ju didn't let them down, mastering the statement flawlessly. Finally, the day of the trial arrived and surprise awaited them all. Before the trial, the chief found Long-Ju, beat her severely, and threatened her daughter would suffer like as if she didn't confess. During the trial, Long-Ju's eyes dimmed again as the prosecutor grilled her, asking if she had killed anyone. The people in the courtroom grew furious. They wanted to take down this beast. The warden stood up, declaring Long-Ju's mental state was unstable, but she kept repeating herself endlessly. The final outcome was clear. Long-Ju was sentenced to death.